Hello guys, today in this video we are going to discuss about a setup to determine the rigidity modulus of a material like steel or copper or something taken as a wired material. Okay, so I will share the GIF that I have designed, and the whole setup is known as Barton's apparatus. So how to determine the rigidity modulus, okay, using the Barton's apparatus. Now, as you can see, this is the setup all about. Okay, so here a few things you need to keep in mind. That is, you can see the scales. Okay, the protractor type scales. Those are shown here. One, two. There can be three scales actually in the original setup. Okay, so here you can see, like, the wire over here can be seen as a copper or a steel wire in between here. Okay, so this is the wire setup given, and then you can see there are pulley arrangements here, two pulley arrangements where you can see the pans where you can put the weighted slots over here, right? And exactly, opposite direction you got these, hooks, okay, kept so that the force can be applied in opposite direction to produce a couple here, right? So what we need to find out to rigidity modulus, as rigidity modulus is related to shear stress and shear strain, right? So here we are going to give or apply uh, equal magnitude of force but in opposite direction, so that we can twist this cylinder. If we will twist this cylinder, the wire which is connected to this cylinder, okay, will also be twisted. So you have different length here from the top. If you will take, like, from the top, if you will take this length, you can consider to be L1, and from the top to this length you can consider to be L2, right? So for different lengths, right? Or else you can take from here, like, L1 and L2. So for different position or different lengths you have, like, you have to find out what is the angle of twist. And how to find out this angle of twist, for that you can observe actually the pointer that is shown on the scale here. It will show you the angle of rotation. Actually, it's a protractor kind of thing, or circular protractor, right? So the initially, when there was no weight here on the pans, both the pans, okay, it was in equilibrium, right, without any twist. Now you put some weight, then you will see that the pointers are moving, right? So now the pointers will move and will give you for different length, like, for example, I've said L2 is this length, L1 is this length. So for L1 and L2, for some amount of weighted slots, or the amount of load you gave, or the force you applied, okay, accordingly how much twist, okay, that wire is undergoing, right, that we need to record. So from the load or mass versus this angle of rotation over here, or angle of twist, you will be able to find out the rigidity modulus of the substance over here. Okay, then this wired substance over here, which you took as a copper initially, and you can replace this with a steel, okay, or any other material to find out the rigidity modulus. So theory you can explore. I'm just sharing just the tabulation. For example, here you can see the length. You can see for different lengths, L1, L2, or more. As I said, in a real setup, you will have three scales, three minimum scales. So for three different lengths, you can just arrange those three different lengths. The position of the protractor, okay, can be changed. Then you can put the loads, like, you keep on increasing the loads, like, this way you can see 0.5 kg load, and every time what is the change in the angle, right? The angle of rotation you said. And then you take out the loads as well, like, from 2 to 1.5, and 1 0.5 and 0. Then you find the average here, okay, the mean value of the angle of twist, okay. That will just to give you better result, okay. Or else you can just do it for load increasing, okay. It's better to do for load increasing and load decreasing, and then find the average of that. Or else you can only, I mean, for the investigation, you can only do the load increasing way, okay. So that gives you the mean value. And once you are aware of this mean value alpha, the theory actually gives you the relationship like this. Okay, eta is equal to 360 L G D capital D pi square R fourth m by alpha. So what are all these things you need to explore? Like what is capital D, the diameter of the cylinder, you can see, right? The torsional couple we applied using the two pans and putting the equal loads over here, right? So twisting couple you determined, then twist ingredients, we wrote. So theta is this. So restoring couple, then we wrote, and then from finally using all these, we got the rigidity modulus to be this. So from the experiment, basically you are going to find out this m by alpha. So you have the load over here, you applied weighted slots in the pans, and accordingly you got the mean value of alpha, that angle of twist, and then you plotted it, and then you find the gradient of this, which will, I mean, this will give you alpha. Suppose this is alpha and this is m. So alpha by m you got, you need m by alpha. So 1 by the gradient or the slope you need to determine, and then substitute this value and write what is the eta value for different substances. So for an IA or extended essay, if you are doing, then what you can do is, like, you do it for different substances, and then you plot it and take the reciprocal of it to find out the eta value for different materials. That way we can do it. Thank you.